What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Rising Above Adversity, A.F.C. Bournemouth. And guys, things have been very positive since the last episode, simply for the fact that we've stopped drawing games in the league, and we've actually started winning games again. Yes, in our last 4 matches, we've won all 4, and we've actually won our last 5 league games, if you count the Newcastle one as well. But since the last episode, we beat Manchester United 4-1 at home, an emphatic win, and very pleasing as 3 out of our 4 strikers managed to get on the score sheet. We also beat QPR away 2-0 and followed that up with another 2-0 win against Everton at home. And finally, in our most recent game, we beat Aston Villa 4-1. Luciano Vietto bagged the hat-trick in that one. So the league table, you may remember at the end of the last episode, we were 7 points behind Arsenal. We've closed that gap down to 3 now. Arsenal have been slipping up of late. We've just reached the halfway mark in the season, and you may have noticed that the first game in this episode will actually be against Arsenal away from home. I'll also be bringing you another league game as we take on Leicester at home in the league. So then, team news for the game against Arsenal. We've got Bardi in goal, back 4 of Zadrahal, Mamana, Lee Song-yong and Para. Midfield, Matic, Correa, Fekir and Halilovic. And up front, we're going with the combination of Vietto and Negro. I've tried a lot of different combinations up front this season. In all honesty, everyone's contributed in their own way. Vietto has got 14 from 18. Negro has got 10 from 18. On gender, 8 from 18, and Marcelo with the least amount of goals with 6 goals in 18 appearances. So they've all had their fair share of game time this season, and I think I've done quite well in that regard to give everyone their chance to play. Of course, Arsenal, as I said, are the opponents for this game in the first game of this episode. There we go. The title will not be won and lost here today, but of course, you know, we want to put our foot down on this one. We are the champions, and we want to let Arsenal know that this title will not be going anywhere. So before we get into the game, I thought I'd give you a little rundown of Arsenal team. Doesn't look too dissimilar from the team they currently have in real life. They haven't made too much additions really to the first team anyway. They've got Dragovic in there, Digne and Schneidlin, but apart from that, it's a very familiar Arsenal team. There's actually one player in this squad that we are trying to do a deal for, and I think it may be quite close. I'm not going to reveal who it is just yet, but yeah, one player in this Arsenal squad that we could be signing in the near future, as the January window has just opened. And it's been quite an uneventful first half so far. Arsenal doing much better in terms of the possession, but it's been fairly even, to be honest. We haven't really seen anything happen so far, but could Arsenal do something with it here? Oxlade-Chamberlain cutting inside to Danny Welbeck. Don't let him find a pass. He manages to find Sanchez, but it's a fantastic save by Bardi, but I think he's offside anyway. And there is half-time. As I said, it's not been an exciting game so far, but a point here would be a good result to take away, and it would still leave us 3 points behind Arsenal. But I'll tell them that we owe Arsenal revenge. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, they knocked us out of the Capital One Cup, but we did beat them on the opening day of the season, 3-1 if you remember. Right, the 60th minute has arrived. We haven't made any inroads into that Arsenal defence so far, so I'm going to make some changes. I've kind of sacrificed Joaquin Correa a little bit by playing him deeper today. I'm going to move him further forward. I'm going to bring off Halilovic. I'm going to bring on Sergej Sulichuk. Hopefully he can give us a little bit more bite in midfield. Well, with his disciplined record, he will definitely give us a bit more bite in midfield. But we'll bring him anyway as a ball-winning midfielder. Do I want to make a change up front? Yeah. I'm going to bring off Negro, and I'm going to bring on Hervin on gender, and hopefully that can make something happen for us in this final half an hour. Straight after I've made those substitutions, it's Arsenal who are on the attack. They've got a bit of an overload on this left wing. Oxlade-Chamberlain to Mesut Ozil. Sanchez has got a lot of space there. Oh, he hits the bar, it falls to Mandzukic, and he doesn't manage to convert. We survive just about there. And all the highlights have been Arsenal in this game, and they're on the attack again. Oxlade-Chamberlain with the header. I was literally about to make some tactical changes to go defensive and kind of see this one out. And Oxlade-Chamberlain rises above, I don't know who. Not much like Oxlade-Chamberlain to get a header in there. We'll see it again in 3D, I guess. But very disappointing. We're about 10 minutes from the end of the game. So to concede now, Mesut Ozil plays it to Sanchez. Floats in the ball. Oxlade-Chamberlain rises above Para and heads it in. So after that, I'm going to make a change. Oh, no, Arsenal on the attack again. I guess we'll see this one out. Sanchez on the ball. Fekir, don't get sent off. Fekir, what have you done, man? What have you done? He's given away a penalty. Oh, I don't think he's going to send it off, but he's given away a penalty. And if Arsenal score, they're going to wrap this one up. I don't think there's any point in me making tactical changes now. Believe that's Mesut Ozil stepping up. It is to make it 2-0. Yes, he does. In the top corner, Arsenal will win this game and move 6 points ahead of us in the table. And there is the full-time whistle at the Emirates. As I said earlier on in the episode, the title will not be won and lost here, but to go 6 points behind Arsenal. Man City have also closed the gap on us to just 1 point. So, we're not secure in that top 3 there. Not a great result. Arsenal are doing really well this season after finishing, I believe it was 7th or 8th last season. I can't quite remember. They had a really poor season, but Oxlade-Chamberlain and Mesut Ozil giving them the win. As I said, we're going to have another game in this episode against Leicester. We've got a game against Doncaster in the FA Cup in between that, but I will not be covering that one. So then, as I mentioned, we were very close to completing a deal to bring someone in from Arsenal. Now, it's not the most exciting player to bring in, but Kieran Trippier is just about to join us on loan for the rest of the season. I said in the last episode that I was looking at a right back to bring in. He's English, he's experienced, he's very, very good in fact. Good tackling, his marking is good. Good crossing, physical attributes are solid. He's just all round a solid player, and he will give us another good option at right back. We haven't, got a really good backup or someone who can compete with Zadrahal at right back, and currently he's actually better than Zadrahal. So we'll see. Anyway, we'll complete that deal. Kieran Trippier is joining us on loan for the rest of the season, and we've also got a future fee of 3.4 million agreed for him. Before we get into the Leicester game, then I should probably tell you that we emphatically won our FA Cup game against Doncaster. It doesn't get much more convincing than this, does it? Could have been any scoreline, really. You can see 33 shots to their 2. 6-0 it was in the end. Marcelo with a hat-trick. Really pleased to see him get a hat-trick in this one. Of course, he's kind of struggled since joining us in the summer. Winston Reid scored as well on Gender, and Maxim Gamega getting on the score sheet also. But this is the team for the game against Leicester. We've got Bardi in goal. We've got Kieran Trippier making his Premier League debut for us. Had a fantastic debut. How many assists did he get in that game? Can I see? He got, I'm not quite sure. He got a couple of assists, I think, in that game against Doncaster. Yeah, he got 2 assists there. There we go. 2 assists in that game against Doncaster. Really, really good start to his career for us. We've got Mamana in defence as well. Lee Song-yong, Para in midfield. We've got Matic, Sergei Sudichuk, Fekir and Waki Correa. And up front, we've got Luciano Vieto and Marco Negro. Benjamin Nunes is back from injury, but he's not back to full fitness. So he will start this one on the bench. And I think Halilovic has dropped out from our last Premier League lineup as well. We need to bounce back, of course, from that defeat against Arsenal. I've changed the team mentality to counter instead of standard, so we'll see how we get on with that. May have also forgot to mention that Leicester are currently in the relegation zone, so at home you would be more than expecting us to win this game quite comfortably. We could get our first goal here. Luciano Vieto with the strike, but it's a good save from Kasper Schmeichel there. Very, very good save indeed. And as you expect, early on we've had much of the ball, and can we turn that dominance into a goal? We have. Emmanuel Mamana, I think that may be another assist from Kieran Trippier. We'll see it again in 3D. It came from a corner, not sure who it was. Fekir with the corner, whips it in. Trippier with the header down. It was into Mamana. Mamana volleys it into the Leicester player. Comes off him and goes into the back of the net. 1-0. Joaquin Correa, Negro, hasn't got too many options. Going to have to do it by himself, I think. And he can do it by himself. What a solo effort from Marco Negro. I'll tell you what, this boy has a big future ahead of him. He's such a fantastically talented young striker. Look, he hasn't got no options. There's no one available for a pass. So what does he do? He takes them on himself, slots it home, 2-0. And another chance here for Fekir with the free kick. Inside 20 minutes, we've made it 3-0. The highlight coming straight after the goal again. And we're cruising in this one so far. Nabil Fekir, very good with free kicks. Look at that. Beautiful. Schmeichel probably could have done a little bit better there, but it's 3-0. And at half-time, it remains 3-0. We came firing out of the blocks. And just the response that we needed after that defeat away against Arsenal. 3-0, very, very pleasing first half. Tell the players that I'm pleased and we'll keep it going. Let's get the words right. Not much more that I can ask from the boys. Let's get back into the second half. And can we get an early goal in the second half? We do indeed. These goals are literally coming out of nowhere. I haven't got much time to react. Ball whipped in again. I think it was from Fekir from the free kick. He's had a big game in this one. Floats it in. Lovely. Oh no, it was Joaquin Correa in fact. Into Lee Song-yong. Towers above the rest. Lovely header. 4-0. Easy. 25 minutes to go in the game. Let's make some changes. Joaquin Correa's a little bit tired. Have a rest. Halilovic, on you come. Fekir, also a little bit tired. Have a rest. Benjamin Nunes, have a little run out there. We'll make those 2 changes. Easy peasy so far, and we're definitely going to go on and record 3 points in this one. There is full time. A wonderful performance from the boys. 4-0 it ends up. Very, very pleased with that. And we'll see how the league table is stacking up. So Arsenal, we are 6 points, yep, count, I can do that. 6 points behind Arsenal in the league, still at 1 point ahead of City. So nothing has changed since the last game. We'll look at the fixtures that we've got coming up. So Southampton, that little South Coast derby coming up in a few days' time. And we've got Hull twice in a row in the league and the FA Cup. Not too many interesting games. I mean, Man City, of course, coming up soon. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here for now. I'm not sure when I'm going to come back, but of course, you guys will know. Thank you for watching once again. If you did enjoy this episode, be sure to leave it a like. And if you're not subscribed to the channel just yet, please do subscribe. But for now, it's been Halfback FM, and I'll see you guys in a bit.